Hello, hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Friday here at the Comfy Nest with Grace. It's so exciting. The US Flag Challenge is happening now. You still have time to sign up if you would like to. We've got multiple prompts ready. I have them here next to me, but this is the poster for the event. If you've been wondering, well, that's not the poster. That's the prompts. If you see this red, white, and blue graphics on the page here on YouTube or on Facebook or in the emails, folks, that's where you're going to see it. And you're all welcome to join. It's $5 to join. There are crafty prizes once you create your project and share it with the hashtags. We're going to finish this out on a Zoom call on Thursday, the 26th at 7 p.m. All participants will get the link to join us on the Zoom call. You don't have to be there to win the prizes, but it's going to be fun. We're all going to showcase the US Flag Craft Challenge projects that we've created, and I'm going to draw winners. And this is going to be your choice of a prize. One of the prizes is going to be a junk journal made by me, and I just finished this one. It's so pretty. I'm so excited about it. This one's ready to go for someone to choose it if you'd like. I'm going to have 2 to choose from. 2 junk journals, as well as craft supplies and Amazon gift cards or giveaways for this event. So I'm going to create today. I'm going to create a US flag project. Let me get some tags here. Hang tight. I want to get some blank tags if I can find some. And we are going to create. Well, I am. And I hope you enjoy hanging out with me while I do it. So let me see if I can find. Oh my gosh, where are my blanks, girls? Well, tell you what, if I don't have the blanks, we'll do some ATC cards instead. Let's see, I definitely have those right here. Those are not a problem to get. So come on in, say hello when you get here so I know that you're here. I appreciate you guys and being here, your company. It is really cool to have you here with me. I'm going to use some of these Goodyear. I have some Goodyear cards. We're going to make some ATC cards as showing you the kinds of projects that you can create with your prompts. So there are 4 types of prompts. One is you're randomly assigned a prompt by me. You'll get it in the email once you sign up. And it could be any of these. Prompt 1, you might be assigned this set. Use a canvas, craft paints, glitter in any form, and an assigned quote from below. I'll give you one. I guess I'll be working with this sign. Prompt 3, ATC cards, decorative or colored papers, embossing powder, and assigned quote from below. So that's, I guess, what I'm going to do today. So let's do it. Let's get her in. Welcome, welcome. Please say hello when you get here. I don't see anybody here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over to YouTube so I can grab the feed and then share it with the gals in the Telegram notifications channel. That way, if anybody's having trouble finding us, it's not hard for them. That's one of the benefits of being Telegram. So you'll get those live notifications and links to make it easier for you, especially on Fridays. I do this on YouTube because you guys have been hanging out with me on Facebook for a very long time. But if you're new to either YouTube or whatnot, it might be a little more difficult for you to find me. So I've been trying to do that to make it easier for you. I guess the first thing I'm going to do is add some gesso. Not clear. I want white gesso. We're going to white gesso this a little bit. And then we'll take it from there. Creating with the flags. Hey there, Carol. Good morning, Mary. Have you posted, are you doing the US Flag Challenge project with us for the chance to win some prizes? Talk to me, girls. Talk to me. Hello and good morning. Welcome, welcome, beautiful. I appreciate you both being here. We have seen some Flag Challenge projects being shared in both the free group and the paid club. The club is called the Craft Therapy Club. That's the paid group. And then the free group, if you don't belong to the membership group, you can still participate in this and just share your project photos in the free group called the Crafty Chicks Club. And they're both on Facebook. So either way, whether you belong to the free or the paid group, you're welcome to join us. It's just you have to enroll so I know who's playing along for fun, and your enrollment enters you to win prizes along with your project shares. So you just share your projects, and that gets you a chance to win. I like doing these challenges. We do them quite often inside the club. And I thought this month would just allow everybody to join us instead of keeping it exclusive just to the club. So I'd love to know, Mary and Carol, are you guys participating? Are you going to do it? Did you already share your projects in one of the clubs? It's been pretty active. We've had quite a few Zoom calls. We did a Facebook Messenger call yesterday for open crafting with prizes for club members. So it's been, we've been really busy, actually. I'm going to just do 2. Let's put these to a side. We'll do 2. Not to overwhelm ourselves, huh? So we don't overwhelm. Try these up. You guys are awfully quiet this morning. I'm not seeing any comments. No one's talking to me. It's okay. I'm just going to create them, and I'll just stay quiet and create on my own, and I'll check the comments to see if anybody's wanting to chat with me today. All right, so decorative paper. I'm trying to think if I have any decorative paper that is, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to mix my prompts, actually. I'm going to mix them up. So let me dry this, and I'll show you what I mean by that. I don't like making a big old mess like that. Drop you guys down a little lower so you can see what I'm doing better. This should be still just a little tacky, which is what I want. Got a black mark on there from something. Something left a mark on there. This is going to give me a brighter and a textured background is what I'm going for here. Oops, stuck to my fingers. Lovely. We can still use you. Get down there, friend. I am going to gray them. Okay, we're going to let that dry. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. We're just giving ourselves some texture here. It's not very often I'm live and silent, but I don't see anybody chatting with me today, so I'm just going to stay quiet and create. Maybe that'll be a little blessing in disguise for those of you who need a little quiet. still clogged. I'm gonna have to work on that a little bit later on. Whoa. Now we got some medium. I really want the crinkles, so I'm going to purposefully try to push this in a crinkled way. Well, I really messed that up. I just pushed too much pressure. It's okay. That'll be an extra big crinkle right there. No need to waste it. Clean palette knife. Scraping it right back into my container. Sorry, girls, I'm trying to wrap up that cord so it's not in your way. All right, I'm going to bust out some stamps and I'm going to look for, I have a flag stamp, I'm sure of it. So the goal is to do a U.S. flag themed project while using the prompts that you're assigned. So I'm going to look for, I'm pretty darn sure I purchased a flag themed stamp. Here we go. Oh, say, can you see? There it is. Let's see if there's anything else. I'm going to look in here and see if I'm inspired by anything else in here that I could use. Look at that cool textured stamp. All right. This one is Land of the Free. How cool is that? This one has never even been mounted. So I guess I'll work on this and give that a few more minutes to dry. Hey, Lori, good morning. Haven't seen you in a while. How are you, friend? Thanks for stopping by. I'm quiet because I was chatting and asking questions and I didn't get any answers. I just figured nobody wanted to talk. I figured nobody was chatting today. So I just said, all right, I'll just quietly create and leave you guys alone to watch. Okay. Don't care which way this goes. I sure does. Whoops. Don't need that extra piece. All right, my stamp is ready. These are still pretty damp. I think I'm going to work on, because this is, I can keep working even though that's damp. So I'm just going to cut off the extreme excess here and set it aside. Don't throw away this tissue paper. We'll go back in my bin for tissue paper. And then I can keep working and I'll sand later on. Now, what do I want to do exactly? This is a little tacky right here. This is why my nails are terrible, because I always use them to do stuff like that. I should use a scrapey tool, which I have, but I don't. Okay, so if I go with the ATC card prompts, would be embossing powder. I switched up the second prompt. You guys will be assigned prompts. So I guess I'm self-assigning myself some prompts today. So we have ATC card, we have tissue paper. I think I am going to use this on here, at least one of them. I'll do something different with the other one. But what do I want to do behind that? I think if I do this in, let's see what stamped colors I have before I decide. I do have a dark blue. I have several dark blues. So I think I'm going to keep this a bright white. Look, girls, Gracie didn't do that right. I'm looking for a piece of coffee dyed paper to use. I want that distressed look. Distressed crayons were on the list of things that you could use. So let's see what we have in the world of distressed crayons, red, white, and blue. It appears I do not have any red. I have white, and I have blue. This I don't think is quite red. What color does it say it is? It says sangria. No, blood orange. Well, that might work. Oh, I don't know. That might work actually. Let's try it. I know it's not exactly. But when I send you the instructions, if you sign up for the challenge and you want to sign up for the fun of the crafting and to win prizes, I do tell you that, you know, to take your own creative liberties, right? So follow the instructions, but beyond that, you can do whatever you want and take your own creative liberties. So let's see about using this distress crayon to add some color to this on the edges. Now the stamp's going to go in the middle, but red, white, and blue is the theme. Can you guys see that well enough? Is it difficult for you? Maybe I'll drop it down a little further. I'll have to make some adjustments here. Hang tight, girls. I'm going to see if I can drop you down a little lower. There we go. Let's try that. Now remember, I still have to clean up these edges with the paper. That doesn't look more orange now that I have it spread out like that. All right, let's grab a blue ink. No.
Oh.
What's up?
Do you want any food at all?
No, thanks.
Can I eat some of your chicken?
Yeah, help
I'm
yourself.
going to make pasta with chicken.
Yeah, good idea. That's a great idea. The child was asking permission to eat the chicken I made for myself yesterday. That's funny. We went out to eat down the street and I needed some protein in me. The boys were gonna, I don't know what they were gonna order, but I just decided I'm just gonna eat protein. That's all I want is, and they have this little tiny steak that they offer. It's a good size. It's like 4 or 5 ounces. It's not too big. But we went down there. That's what I was gonna order, and they took it off the menu. So I just was like, I'm not gonna eat then. I'll just wait till I get home and have chicken, because I had just made all that chicken. And the guy was like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yep, I don't want French fries and a hamburger. You know, I wanted to have a tiny little steak. That's what I had my heart set on. So I just didn't order. Like, I guess that's it. I guess that makes my mind up for me. I don't usually do that, but that's why, like Jenna was like, I told them I made a bunch of steaks so I can have some lean protein this week. So, our chicken. And he said, that's why he just came in to ask, can I eat some of your chicken? Isn't that cute? A good boy asked without taking my food and eating it up. Okay. Oh my gosh. With blue. I like that. Listen, the fact that this has, the name of this is Land of the Free. Each one of you, when you get your prompts, you're going to get prompts of a surface, a material, and an embellishment, and then you're going to be given a quote to put on your project. This kind of has my quote on it, so I wouldn't then in addition add another quote to it. So I'm gonna take the creative liberty to say that is how I'm going to do it. Now, I feel like I need to have more blue on here, and there's a lot of extra paper. So let me cut this down so I can see exactly what I'm doing here. better. All right, I am going to add some additional blue because I feel like this is just, it's gotten lost a little. Let's see what this blue looks like. Hey, congratulations to Callie. Yeah, that notice for Callie was suggesting an Etsy store for me, and I was like, I better write it down. I'll never remember. But congratulations to Callie. She was at our open craft night last night for the club, and she won the door prize. So congratulations to you, Miss Callie. I'm going to do a double layer here, and I think you will end up seeing this blue. Around the flag. And then I think I will distress the flag with blue. Or should I do it in like walnut stain or something like that, brown, to make it look even more distressed? I'm going to pull this a little tighter in so we see more of the red and the blue. Maybe on both sides. You see it's just a little bit, but this is just a 2.5 by 3.5 inch surface. So this little bit it is going to add to it. So we're doing this. And I think, well, I was thinking about doing this, but instead of that, let's just go with a regular like brown stain around the edges of this to muck it up even more. You could stamp it with embossing ink. You sure could. Good idea. I love when you guys come and share your ideas. That should have said received 3 cards. Hey, Terry, welcome. Thanks, Mary. She says, that's a neat stamp. Thank you, friend. 3 beautiful cards from members of the Craft Therapy Club. They're beautiful, and I posted them. Oh, nice, Terry. I'm glad you got some cards in the mail. Our club is the best. We have some. Look at that. Looks burnt. Oh, that is just like distressed goodness right there. I love it. We have the best club. We do. Terry had surgery recently. I hope you don't mind me sharing that, Terry. And we do send cards to each other. You know, we have a posting spot in the group specifically for sending happy mail to people who need it for whatever reason. Like, you know, when life just gets tough and you're either recovering from something or you've lost a loved one or things are just tough, you know, it's really nice to send each other some notes. What do you guys think about this? I feel like I want to rough up the edges of my card. I think they're just too neat. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to rough it up. We're going to rough it up a little. Taking little notches out of it and purposefully dinging it up so it looks really more decrepit is what we're going for here. And I think what I'll do is add some additional brown to where the red and blue crayon are. Let's just darken this up a little bit. And I think I'm going to crinkle my paper now that I think of it. This little coffee stained paper, I think I'm going to crinkle it up a little, give it some good creases, and then run this across those creases. There we go. Oh my gosh. Yes. That tiny little adjustment. There's one other thing I might do. Embossed powder was on here, and yet I don't know how could I emboss this and not take away from what I already did. Therein lies the challenge. I think what I'll do is add some shimmer. It's pretty mucked up, so this will be a challenge. If I took one of my shimmers, I do have this blue pearl blueberry. It's such a tiny little space. It's like, where would I add that? I don't have any. This is called Really Red, but it looks more pink, actually. And I have Stardust, which is just silver sparkly. It's maybe Stardust is the best one to use. Let me find that one. Oh, this one's called Silver Tinsel. Where is that on here? I didn't make samples of every single one of these. Oh, that one's pretty fabulous. What if I did a little bit of that? But let me see if I can find Stardust. I just want to see if what the major difference would be between the two. Oh, this one's just called Embossed Silver. I don't want that one. Here's Stardust. That's the one I do show the sample of. This one has the sample of. This one has a little like purple and green embedded in it, so I won't use that one. Let's just use the plain silver. And we'll do it just a little bit of embossing, because that's the challenge, is to add some embossing. So let's get out. I'm going to use this little pen. Let me see if it's, yep, it's still wet. So I'm going to use this little pen, and let's see if we can add just a little shimmer. I'm going to go along some of the edges of this. Nothing too crazy here. I did all 4 corners. Okay, so see, I just did a little bit on all 4 corners, and I'll do the same to this. So we're going to take this and do that one more time. So it is embossing. It's just going to be a little bit. It's not going to be too crazy. Now that's going to be there. It's just going to add a little shimmer to our project. You guys are awfully quiet today. Is anybody going to do the US flag project? That was the question I asked when I first came on. And I didn't get responses, but I'm wondering if anybody here is planning. I don't know how this is going to stick on Distress Crayon. Let's just see what we get. I'm not so sure this is going to work. Because look at the Distress Crayon is coming off on my embossing glue pen. Look at that. I got blue and I've got red in there. Let's just see if it's going to stick. I don't know. It's anybody's guess. I usually tap it in and tap it off. We got more than we bargained for. I didn't use my powder, but that's okay. I don't mind. Let it kind of organically happen. So it's just going to have some around the edges. Okay, these two both have some embossing powder on them. Let's put this away. And then I have some there yet. Maybe I'll just do one card today. I'm pretty excited about this one. That's bootiest. You only have to do one project. I mean, this can be your entry for the US Flag Challenge project. If you want to enter to win, you do your project and you share it in the club with the hashtags. That's all you have to do to get a chance to win a junk journal by me, Amazon gift cards, or craft supplies. Those are the categories of prizes that I'll be giving away. The more people that participate, the more prizes there'll be. I think that's only fair. You know, if 10 people sign up, there'll be 3 prizes. If 50 people sign up, there'll be more prizes, because it seems fair to dole out more prizes. I'm going to grab my embossing heating tool. A little clankety clank while I do that, and then we're going to emboss these. So let's do it. I'm going to go on low. You did yours already, Terry. Good for you, darling. What prompts did you get? Do you remember? Now, the challenge here is this is also going to melt my crayon a little bit, probably. This is why we call it a challenge, girls. It's actually cool because it's melting into the embossing powder, which is making it color a little differently. So it has a blue or a red background with the silver embossing powder. It's melting it right into that crayon. Whoop. Let's do this one. Now this one is just plain paper. There's no crayon on here. So I just got to get the embossing glue warm enough to melt those embossing powder micro beads. There we go. Doesn't take very long when the paper's so thin. Okay. Well, let's see. I prepped two, but I might just do the one. I'm so satisfied with it. You only have to do one project. Every person, you can do one project, you can do 10 projects, doesn't matter. Everybody gets one entry to win, so it's totally fair that way. Each person who participates, signs up and joins and does their project gets one chance to win. That's what I'm going to do. And I happen to have one of these close by, so I'm going to fill this out while that cools off a little bit and put it on the back of my card. I do like to note where and when I made my cards, like for what. I like to know their origin. I'm going to cut this to make sure it's the right size. So this card is a little thinner than normal, so I'm actually going to do this. These are freebies for club members. These backings, there's a few different designs of ATC backs that are printables. If you are, especially if you're a new member to the Craft Therapy Club, you might not know this, but they are free to you and they are in the club. If you are not a member and you want them, you can purchase them from my website at thecompinesswithgrace.com. Yep, this is going to go back here and I'm going to fill it out saying what and where. So I'm going to call it US Flag. Flag. I said flag challenge. I'm just going to cross it out. The artist is Grace. The date is 6. What's today? Oh my gosh, it's the 20th. 20. And I'm doing them in 24. Grace, it's 25. Blue ink. Done for craft challenge. Using prompts. So I'm going to glue that to the back. Now I don't love, look at the difference. Will that bother you? If you can see the original card back there, I might actually cut all of this so I can see as much of that card as possible. I think it can be kind of cool to see the original card. I can actually cut this down as narrow as possible. Yeah, so we can see that card. I think that's kind of cute. Okay, let's glue this down. Oh, I don't need a distress crayon to glue. That's silly. That's a silly way to go. Thanks, Lori. I haven't seen you in so long, friend. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. I'm so happy to see you here today. How are you? It doesn't, this is going to be sideways. So it up or down. I don't know if there's going to be an up or down to this, but I am going to go right here so we can see. It's the 4 of diamonds. Doesn't really matter. Just whatever to your liking, whatever you want. If you wanted to, you could cover that whole thing, but I thought it would be kind of cool to see. I'm going to glue the heck out of this on the back with a glue stick. It shows you how sticky it is. Get in there, you. Get in there. And then let's do this. What do you think, girls? This is my US Flag Challenge project. I'm gluing it down and I'm trying to keep a bit of that crinkle. So you can still see it's a US flag, but I'm trying to keep that crinkle. So I got my stars, my stripes. I've got my phrase, my quote, because it's US Flag Challenge Project, and I used my prompts, ATC card. I used tissue paper. I took from several of the prompts. I used embossing powder. I used distressed crayons. And then this wasn't a prompt, but I stamped. That wasn't a prompt though. Let me see. My phone is going crazy. It's like with all these notifications. I don't know what's happening, but somebody's trying to reach me. All right, a couple of things before the ATC card, stars and striped words, and embossed powder card stuff. That's right. You got it, girl. Thanks, Lori. I got to use my little stamp for the first time. That was fun. Oh, I've missed you too, friend. I've missed you too. Like I said, I'm so glad you made it. I'm so glad. I hope your summer's been going great. I don't know what the weather's been like for you. It has not felt like summer at all here. I mean, we had a couple of really warm days, and now finally it's starting to feel a little bit warmer, but I'm just not. Do you ever feel like my head, like my head space? My head isn't into it. My head isn't into the summer vibe. I'm just not feeling it. I don't feel like I've had a summer break in any way whatsoever. I've been working harder than I normally do, actually, more hours. We went to Fargo last weekend. Gannon and I went to Fargo last weekend for his, it was the North Dakota State High School trap competition. So we went, but it was, we went on Friday afternoon. So we got there Friday night to eat supper. And then we got up early, went to that thing. It was like an all-day event, and we didn't get home until 8:30 that night. So we didn't actually take in anything in Fargo. It's not like we got to well, I guess we went to eat at a place we normally don't get to eat to, but it wasn't like a summer vacation day, if you in that regard. All right, I want to show you this up close one more time. That's what we created today in honor of the US Flag Craft Challenge that we're doing here at the Comfy Nest with Grace. I did give you guys the link in the description here if you would like to join. Once you join, within 12 hours or so, I'll send you an email. It's not automated. So as soon as I see that you joined, I'm going to send you an email with your prompts. You go ahead and create your project. You share it in the free group, Crafty Chicks Club, over on Facebook, and that enters you to win Amazon gift cards, your choice of a junk journal made by me, and or craft supplies. So those are the three categories of prizes I'll be giving away on the 26th. So you have until really the 25th to enter your project. So you still have at least a week to do that. So I hope you guys will join us. And I hope you have a beautiful, blessed weekend. You're heading to Rome. Good for you. That's a good summer break to look forward to. God bless you, girl, for safe travels. Enjoy it. I love you all. Thanks for being here. You guys are the bomb.com. Go make something pretty that brings your heart joy.